what inspired you to be a pole vaulter, apart from your parents being athletes and your dad being your coach?
So I think there's like two phases here. Like, of course, I got into pole vaulting at a very young age, but kind of, it was something that I really wanted to do and something that as a kid, I have fun. And,
Mm.
the moment that I realized, not really realized, but yeah, I'll say realized that I actually want to do this professionally and like keep pushing for it, and like just, just risk it for this event was way back in 2017. So
Mm.
my dad started me on this path, and to be honest, it's not that I'm just doing it blindly or stuff. I am driven. I am very, how do you say, very motivated in doing the sport. But during 2017, I was given basically like an ultimatum. I could just go back to school, just do your student athlete responsibility, graduate like everyone else, and live a regular freaking life. But I was already deliberating, because I had a torn ACL. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. I don't know if I'm gonna ever be competitive at least at the world class level where I want to be. And I basically decided like, okay, I would really regret it in the rest of my life if I don't even try. And that was kind of my last hurrah. That was like, okay, hit or miss. If I don't make Tokyo, I'm hanging the poles and stuff. And basically, I'm gonna call it quits. But you know, God's will. I'm here, and I'm jumping quite okay, and I'm happy where I am, and I'm very happy that I took time to actually think about my decisions during the time, and not just like, oh, I'm done, those kind of things.
So, speaking of Tokyo, na-postpone to 2021 yung Olympics. How did that affect your training and how did that change your mentality? Kasi dapat ngayon nagpe-perform ka na sa Tokyo eh.
Yeah, I mean, Tokyo is an Olympic event, and it is the biggest that you can be in. Entering 2020, I said to myself, I'll do everything leading to Tokyo. And that's something that had taken toll in mentally. I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things, everything actually, just to be ready for Tokyo. And I'm just kind of lost after that. And training wise, I was not really there. Like mentally, I was a little bit outside. I was questioning what I'm doing. What's the reason for this? It's going to be another year. Like a lot of uncertainty kind of puts you in a really uneven surface that you often kind of balance it out and think about what you're doing. So, I mean, that kind of changes a little bit, but at the same time, my coach is he's a veteran coach, and basically he told me like, oh, pole vaulting is an event. That's your sport. So either the Olympics freaking decade, if you're gonna be there, you need to be trying to improve yourself each day in training. So that's basically what kind of pushed me to still continue to train, even though I don't know if there's going to be like those kind of things. I'm just thinking like, oh, I'm a pole vaulter. This is what I do. I need to prepare for it. I need to train for it. I need to be better each day. And I wouldn't be better if I just kind of sulk and just stay in the corner. Oh, Olympics has been postponed. So I'm just like, yeah, just train and focus on the small things, improve this part to make you a better pole vaulter. And I mean, that's basically what kept me going.
The competitions like yung who's the best pole vaulter and other competitions, how did that help you um, take your mind off of the current situation in the world?
Whew. A lot. I'm very thankful the competition is going. Call them distractions, but to be honest, it's more like a sense of relief.
At only 24 years old, very young, very, very young, do you feel you're still not at your prime or you're just near your prime?
Oh God, I'm far. I'm far. You know, pole vault wise, the skill level that I have is not really the best yet, and I know I have a lot of work on, and I have a lot of things I need to adjust, a lot of things to learn. I'm basically just knocking on the doors of what I can do, and that's something I'm very excited about, and my coach as well. But we're just trying to maximize what we have right now, and just moving forward. I'm just focusing on this next step. I'm not really looking that far ahead, but I know that my potential is way more than 570, 580. And if you see me vault, the 581 jump, I look at it now, it's a really ugly jump. So I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot of things I can improve on and work on.
Did you clear 5.85 meters na?
Not really. I wouldn't say I cleared it in training, but we've set bars. The bungee, we put the bungee, so we set the bar like quite high sometimes, and we just try to shoot for it. And the training wise, it's more of a technical adjustments, more kind of thing. So it's not really like, oh, we're gonna try to make this bar. We're gonna try to make this bar. It's not always like that because I mean, you could have a really bad volt, but your timing is so good that you're still gonna be propelled like high. But you want to maximize that, and you want to have that adjustment each time you volt. And my coach is quite good at that, so he always tells that, okay, we set the bar at this height, and just try to do the movement, and just feel everything, the connection, and just the timing of it. So because the sport is so technical that we need more jumps and we need more senses to feel the volt and how good it is and how bad it is actually without us seeing how we jump. Just like when you shoot the ball, if it's gonna go in or it's not gonna go in, but you challenge yourself like how you can shoot the ball and something like that for basketball.
Mm. How is it training with top class pole vaulters? You got to interact with them every day.
Um, I mean, they're quite good, Like Thiago is an Olympic champion, so I trained with him since he was like before everything kind of boomed with him, like
Mm.
way back in 2015. He's the same guy, so training wise, it's very humbling to see a very good role model in my opinion, and I see him every single day, and we push each other in training. That's something that I'm very, very lucky to have. And, not everyone can train with Olympic champion. And there's definitely perks and advantages and disadvantages, but, the advantages outweighs the negatives. And I'm just very lucky, and I'm very thankful for Tiago for all his knowledge that he have imparted in me. And, just having a good friend is good enough for me too. My idea is always when I meet someone who's been successful in their field, there's something that they're doing which is right, and all that I can think about is how much can I learn from this guy. And what's good thing is like he's just so kind to me, and the way he approaches the event kind of gives me a different perspective from how I see it, and I think that's how we understand each other. That's how we push each other, and that's how we kind of, how do you say, um, the dynamics kind of works. That's how it is.
How do you feel after getting the silver medal? In the Who's the Finest Pole Vaulter? Yesterday or few days ago?
2 days ago. Yeah. I mean, I really want to win that competition. I really want to, but on that day, my training partner got the best of me, and it's the best man wins on the day of competition. That's what I've always been saying. That's what until the competition's actually done, you cannot say who's gonna win. So, I mean, it was a good day for him, and it was an okay day for me. So, I mean, I don't know how to feel about that, to be honest. Like, I just, I don't know. Of course, I wanted to win, but I'm happy for him too. We both had a good time, and no no foul play has been done, and it's just fair play. And sometimes I win, sometimes I learn. Something like that.
What's the hardest part about training abroad?
So this is something new to me. So I think the hardest part would be the pandemic. I feel so isolated here, and I think everyone kind of feels the same way in some shape or form, but I've basically been here since December, like the day after my competition. I flew back to Italy, and I was hoping to be back in Manila in March, but that didn't happen. So I'm basically stuck here since then, and I miss my family, and it's not. I'm a person. I'm a human being. I crave connections, and I'm living here alone, and that's something that's quite hard, and it's hard to explain to people like how feeling isolated can actually affect you mentally, and the way you I actually pursue, I really want to go back home. If
Mm.
it's just gonna be me, I want to be back home. I'll be back home the next plane, something like that. But I can't because I know that if I do that, I can't train. I'll be stuck in the Philippines. It's good. I'll be in with my family. For me, it's all well and good, but I have a responsibility to the people who believe in me, and I have a responsibility for myself, for myself who's going to Tokyo, that I will do everything that I can, and I'm not going to waste the time that I have. And that's something very hard because each day you get tempted to do things that are easier, or
Mm.
the things that you want to do. And I do believe that's the hardest part of it.